Okay, so just had a little clean up. Get rid of some of the dust and the mess that's in the way. Okay, so like I say, this was all made. I've made all this. It was all covered over with some plastic so it won't get ruined, but I had to take that off a while ago. But what we've got to do now is we've got to sand all this down, finish that. This has all been glassed all down here up to there. So I've glassed all that in when I tabbed this in. So this has all been tabbed in round here, all the way around to there. Now I've got my little belt sander. I'll actually be able to sand that down, get a better finish on that maybe. Rough that up, get a bit of fairing compound in there. And we can smooth that over. That's all got to be sanded and faired in. It was just finished and it's been covered in dust now, so it's a real glassy, dusty looking finish. In there we have the Louis-Geria. So that's got a little chemical loo that's going to sit in there. I've glassed in a nice bit of wood down the bottom to sit that on, so that's nice and solid in there. I had to put in some drain holes down the bottom here to stop that from filling up with water. And it was all done and nice and grey, all painted and all the rest of it, but then we got attack of the mould, so I've had to bleach it and whatnot, and it's going to probably need a little sanding and cleaning out and all the rest of it and finishing off again. Hence I'm trying to get all the top edge done, and then I'll worry about the underside and in the cupboards and all that afterwards. So all this has got to be done and painted, all this whole side has got to be done and painted, and I'm just basically starting at the top and working my way down now. The locker hatch for this side, and that way around. No, it doesn't go that way around. I've got a couple of hinges going this side, and I've got two locks that go in there, nice little flush locks. So that will hopefully fit nicely on there. This is bowed slightly as usual, you know, a bit of wood left laying around. But when I've got my latch in there and that pushes in, that will bend it back, that will hold it tight. So this was a sheet of ply. I've glassed it both sides so it's protected, it's rigid. See how this does. Watch me shoulder. This stuff's quite hard to sand. It's a little bit softer than the glass, but it's still quite hard. It's not like a soft fairing compound. It's not like this stuff that I just put on there. It's a lot harder than that. But it's also got a slight flexibility to it, so it is good stuff. I'll try supporting it with my right arm and using my left hand a bit more. Quite a few little nose spots that this just won't get in. I'll get the belt sander out in a mo and we'll just go over the bits where the holes are that are filled, so I can scallop them out and feed a bit of glass into them so we can build up the glass thickness. So I don't just want it fillered, I want it glassed. enough. Just got to go over the little low spots, dish them out a little bit. We're ready to glass these holes. A bit in up there, a little bit up there and there. Dob in the ones around the window, 6 of them. I think we're good to go. Then we'll glass this whole section here, down to there, up the edge of that window, overlapping that bit. Little bits of rolling around the top.
Okay, so I've taped off the bottom section there, so I hopefully won't get resin over everything. So I had a wee bit of lunch and a bit of a rest. My shoulder's starting to hurt, so I thought I'll give it a break. Have a little bit of a rest up, see how we go after that. Right, so I've got a bit of glass. It was feathered on all edges. I've just straightened this one up slightly so that it doesn't come round onto this surface too much. I'm going to feather that down to there. It comes up to the edge of the window there with some wispy bits, and this bit overlaps by about 1.5 inches. Little bit to wrap around the top section there. And that looks pretty good, so I reckon that'll do us. Right, now I need to mark my window. Can't see the top bit, so you just got to feel for the edge. Dot to dot. The light coming through there, I can see. Go. Alright, so that's me window area to cut out. Let's get that snipped out. Go around the outside. Doesn't matter if it's slightly oversized for the hole. As I found out on the other side, what happens is it spreads out as you're glassing it, making that hole smaller and encroaching over the window, and then you've got to grind it back. So if I make it slightly oversized, hopefully it won't sit over the window too much, so there'll be less to grind back. That's the plan anyway. You'll see. again. So lift it into position. If it needs a bit more trimming, now's the time. You know, you can see it. Chew that out a little bit. That's not bad. That ain't got to be perfect. It's only fiberglass. It's all going to move anyway. We'll just have to sand it out. Perfect, he says. Good enough. More than close enough. Right. A couple of little bits there that can be used still. Tear out some for all the little holes. So what we're going to do is just tear these out like so. Off of that. So 1 and 2. Build that out. I'm going the same as I did on the last one, 2 per hole, so it doubles the thickness of that. Extra bits. Right, there we go. So we've got some cloth torn. I've got enough for these 6 holes. Couple of spares in case I need them. I need a little bit for up here to go under that. Feather that edge off. I want that. So that will fill that hole there. And then we can glass over the lot. I need a little bit for up here. Again, tear that off so it's feathered. That will fill that hole there. And then feather out with the wispy edges. That's that bit. That's my 2 top ones, my main sheet. Them at the top. Got my 6 holes there. I don't think there's anything else needs doing. There's a little low spot there. I can pop that in there whilst we're doing that one. So I've got a couple of little extra bits in case I need them. Might be able to pop a little bit over there. Yeah, I think we'll just pop that in there. I need to fill that. It's too small to worry about. Right, that is good to go.